Mic check, 1, 2. What is this? You already know it's your boy Dre La Soul here with some more crypto news and crypto wisdom for your head top. So of course, we have to talk about DeepSeek. We talk a lot about AI, so we got to touch on DeepSeek. If you don't know, if you've been under a rock, DeepSeek is that AI company out of China that is cheaper and faster than ChatGPT, and it got everyone in the uproar, everyone up in the frenzy, and it's causing the market to bleed. The market got demolished. One of the biggest losses in NVIDIA's stock price. Yes, it is actually the biggest loss in NVIDIA's price. They lost, over close to 500 billion, right? Almost $500 billion. They're down 5 point something percent yesterday. AMD was down, SMH was down, ASML was down, TSM was down. These are all semiconductor chip stocks. So all the chip stocks were down because of this, right? And the thing is, chip stocks are tech stocks, which are risky stocks. Tech and risky stocks usually have a correlation to Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is a risky asset as well. And then if that causes Bitcoin to drop, then eventually you know that the entire market of cryptocurrency will drop as well. And specifically, the narrative and the niche that took the biggest hit was the AI crypto, right? Now, again, I said AMD, NVIDIA, ASML, TSM, SMH, they all took a hit. Everything was bleeding, right? Now, let's talk about the bubble, right? Normally, people who call a bubble are usually the people that didn't get into a particular stock or a particular asset, and they pretty much want the bubble to pop so that they could get in a good price. It's usually haters that say that, right? But this race of AI companies and everyone changing their name to an AI based company or saying that they can do AI things kind of reminds me of the marijuana stock wave back a couple of years ago. Everyone was creating marijuana stocks and a lot of them went belly up. Some of them allowed people to make people a lot of money, but some of them went belly up and some of them were just vaporware. They weren't really saying what they were doing. That also happened with blockchain. A lot of companies started changing their names to like a blockchain based company. Square is now called Block. Facebook is now called Meta. That all has something to do with crypto and blockchain, right? It also with like the NFT hype that happened, and now quant companies is the next hype, right? So AI is definitely hyped and overhyped. And yes, we are technically in a bubble. And did it pop slightly? Yeah, it did. But I also think this is a good thing for the entire space. I was saying this once before, and I quoted this on my threads, also on one of these videos, that we are now entering the Cold War of AI, crypto, and blockchain. ABC, the Cold War ABC, AI, blockchain, and cryptocurrency, right? We're going to have nation states and countries competing to see who has the best technology, kind of like what we did during the Cold War. We are racing to see who can get to space first, right? Now, in my opinion, NVIDIA and all these other chip companies aren't going anywhere, right? We need these companies. A lot of them are American-based companies. Some aren't. Some of these chip companies might not be, like TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. But a lot of them are, and we need these chips. Chips are in everything. These semiconductors are in computers and phones and cars, TVs. Every device you could think of has a semiconductor, so they are needed, right? So they're not going anywhere. But does this pose a threat for AI or open AI? For sure, it definitely does. They're also part owned by Microsoft, though, which is one of the biggest companies. So I don't think that they pose that much of a threat because they have a lot of money behind them. And I think they should be fine. But of course, these are the things that scare people in the market, right? FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt is what scares people in the market, right? The thing is, AI was overpriced, as I said before, and overhyped. So we needed something to kind of bring us down from cloud nine down to reality. Now prices are, pulled back, not necessarily a reset, but prices are pulled back. So now people can get better entries, you can stockpile and double down, dollar cost average on those companies that you believe in. A good option, not financial advice, would be SMH, which is a ETF, a basket of stocks that include all those chip stocks that I named, pretty much. So instead of trying to figure out which chip stock is going to be number one, even though NVIDIA is technically number one right now, you got Qualcomm, you got Broadcom, you got TSM, you got AMD, all those other companies. If you get SMH, that will pretty much invest in all of those companies, right? So that's a good idea. But again, this is not financial advice. Now, DeepSeek has gotten everyone shook because they have a product that with speedy, workable functionability, if that's even a word, but it's speedy, it's workable, it's functional, and it's even better than OpenAI, right? Who owns ChatGPT. ChatGPT, of course, is one of the biggest AI companies. It took the world by storm, one of the most downloaded apps ever, right? Now, they were able to do all of this for less than $6 million, which is a fraction of the price they invested into OpenAI and ChatGPT, also a fraction of the time. So that's why it causes a big threat. But as we know, a lot of the times, countries like China tend to make things faster and cheaper, right? Look at Hondas. Well, that's Japan, but still, you get what I'm saying, right? They make things faster and cheaper. There's many other examples that I could give you, but you get the gist, you get the idea. So I don't think Nvidia is going anywhere, but it does beg the question: like, is their products overpriced? Is the stock overpriced? But again, I don't think Nvidia is going anywhere. I think we should be fine. So really, don't worry about that.
You know, the Chinese labs, they have more H100s than people think. You know,
these are the highest powered NVIDIA chips that they were not supposed to have.
Yes, my understanding is that DeepSeek has about 50,000 H100s. Which they can't talk about, obviously, because it is against the export controls that the United States has put in place. And I think it is true that, I think they have more chips than other people expect, but also on a go-forward basis, they are going to be limited by the chip controls and the export controls that we have in place.
Now, the biggest threat is that these Chinese labs were using NVIDIA products, right? That is the biggest threat, right? So since they have these, this is definitely something we'll have on like national security, on a national security level, most likely efforts from the CIA to see what's going on with DeepSeek, to see if this Chinese company is actually taking our information, taking our data from the users and bringing it over to China. So we got to see how this all plays out. This is also after we've seen $500 billion get emitted into the AI space. So Trump already approved that we'll be putting up like $500 billion into the AI space race, or the AI race, right? So we have to figure out a way to protect our technology since we put so much money into it, as well as our IP. So that's what this is going to be about. So we got to see what Trump is going to do and how he's going to handle this. But again, I think overall, I think the space is okay. This is the future. This is what we're stepping into. And we're going to see these quote unquote wars when it comes to this technology. This is probably not the first one. A lot of things are still playing out. Now, I believe the top players in the space will remain dominant, but what does this have to do with crypto? So the US has always been a leader as far as putting technology at the forefront of global economies, whether that be mobile, web technology, and even crypto. And specifically in crypto, DePin, which is decentralized physical infrastructure network, AI agents, open source AI, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at Shamat's tweet. Now, one thing we have to look at is how Trump's decision on tariffs also can reshape the American digital asset future, right? The industry's dependence on Chinese manufactured ASIC equipment from companies like Bitmain and MicroBT has created vulnerabilities that these tariffs would suddenly expose. The reality is a 60% tariff would dramatically increase the cost of both establishing and maintaining mining operations in the United States, potentially reshaping the global distribution of Bitcoin's hash rate. So essentially, this will eliminate new miners because the barriers to entry will be much harder, pretty much. And these miners are what mine Bitcoin. So that means that the hash rate is not necessarily going to be taking place in America. It's going to be elsewhere because of that, right? So this has a big effect on crypto because this is dependent on Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin is the leader of cryptocurrency, so it has that effect on cryptocurrency as well. So here are some more accurate stats. So essentially, NVIDIA's stock took a 13% tumble. The NASDAQ 100 futures also fell 3.3%. And AI tokens are taking a major hit despite DeepSeek's service dropping on Monday morning, right? The crypto AI agents category has fallen 23.5% over the past 24 hours, or technically yesterday. AI meme coins are down 24%. Crypto AI agent Launchpad tokens are down 38.3%. And the virtuous protocol ecosystem is the worst performing crypto category, dropping 42.3%, according to CoinGecko data. So things have taken a real big beating because of this. And all I got to say is that this is great. It's nothing to be scared about. It's just allowing people to get another chance at getting into the narrative that's going to be the biggest narrative of 2025, the biggest narrative of this crypto bull market, which is AI. AI is the technology and the narrative and the hype around everything. Everything is based around AI. Since 2024, AI has been, maybe really since like 2023, AI has really been something that has been a staple in the market. It has his own column now. It has its own category, and it's causing a lot of frenzy, a lot of uproar. It's causing a lot of people to benefit and make a lot of money as well. So I don't see this as a bad thing. I just see this as normal market competition. The competition is going to allow people to be more innovative. It's going to allow people to think of different ways and better ways to do things for them to stand out. This technology is also going to allow individual business owners to catapult their businesses and be able to scale their business. It's just funny that I was actually using the free ChatGPT. Ever since ChatGPT dropped, I've been using ChatGPT, but I used the free version. I never actually paid the $20 version for ChatGPT. It just so happened to be on Saturday night, I got the message that my ChatGPT was full. The memory was full. It ran it up too much, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just use another Google account, open up another ChatGPT account. And I did that. And then DeepSeek comes out. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So, of course, I downloaded DeepSeek. And DeepSeek is actually very, very fast. It's like ChatGPT on steroids, pretty much, right? But I'm still going to use ChatGPT. Don't get it twisted. I'm still going to support because it's home base. It's an American company. It's home base. But that doesn't mean that I can't use DeepSeek, all right? And that doesn't mean that ChatGPT is overweight. That doesn't mean that NVIDIA is overweight. It doesn't mean that these crypto AI stocks is overweight. This is just another level for us to now overcome, right? This competition is going to create innovation, and innovation is going to spawn more projects. It's going to spawn more real life use case. And this is going to allow people, or this is also going to spawn more interest in crypto AI, more interest in AI in general. And what's going to come behind that? The money. People are going to start backing up the Brinks trucks and putting it into these projects. AI is the talk of the town. AI is the way to go. It's one of the biggest narratives in cryptocurrency right now. So that's all I got for this rant. But please don't be scared. Make sure you do your own research. Keep your eye on the AI category, AI agents, AI launchpads, and DePin, which is decentralized physical infrastructure network. So think of like smart cities. Some coins that you should watch. But again, do your own research. We got Render Network, which is a DePin project. You got Akash Network, which is another DePin project. We got Arweave. You got AO's Network. You got BitTensor, aka Tau. You got TARS AI. You got Super Artificial Intelligence, aka FET, FET. You got Prime, which is an AI video game, more like an online game, but it's like a card game, and they use AI as well in their project. Then you got Near Protocol, which is the leading layer one blockchain for AI. So those are some that you should do your own research on, do your homework, and let me know what you think. Drop a like, hit us up. If you want more information regarding AI, let us know. If you want more information on specific AI projects, let us know about that as well. But make sure you share, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's your boy Dre La Soul with another Crypto Rants. We out. Don't be shook. You're